Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are basically working on getting our infamy down right now. Because I don't want to become an international pariah like I was for a little bit. That said, I think we're going to stick around near the top end of the infamy ladder for the moment. So let me see. What else do we have on the docket? Atlantic Fleet's looking solid. That's right, I didn't build more ironclads because I don't need more ironclads, I need more other stuff. We're starting to really catch up on Great Britain here, which is nice. I'm feeling pretty confident about that. A lot of our puppets are likely to ask for more autonomy, and as you can see, they are not going to get down in liberty desire anytime soon, due to my bananas high level of infamy. But, you know, that's okay. I can't imagine why the Indian Territory would want more autonomy. They're doing great. They're doing great. Their standard of living is higher than the United States. Who are you going to trade with, Indian Territory? Nobody. Not a single gosh darn buddy. Absurd. So let's see. Let's take a look at the market and see what we need to get. Let's see. Were tools really cheap or really expensive? Tools are really cheap. Somebody's got to want to buy these tools. Brazil will buy these tools. Transvaal and Mascara will buy these tools. I got them set to encourage exports. Basically, I should have everything set to encourage exports at this point, I think. Just seems sensible that way. How's my art market? Usually art is a big... Really? Not many arts academies producing a ton of art, which is a surprise. There's a number of moderate-sized arts academies. Let me see. Have I unlocked film yet? I feel like... No, I haven't, because I don't even have a camera yet. Oof. So this is what happens when you focus on military. In a year and 3 quarters, I'll have NCO training, and then I will basically be able to walk all over every other military on Earth, I suspect. I feel that's what will happen. In my heart, that's what will happen. Excuse me, professional army, what is wrong with you? So, Anti-Italian Association demands action. The Anti-Italian Association has requested that we launch a diplomatic play against Italy. Successfully acting on the proposal will gain our government significant goodwill from the lobby. And to those who would refuse and prefer preserving the status quo, there was no hesitation. His response sounded well-rehearsed because it was. He was a proactive man, one who spent hours pacing his chambers and anticipating attacks to come. My reply would be that we should never have allowed them to become so close to us in the first place. A friendship built upon deceit is nothing at all, and the good will gained from it is illusory. We'll look into this. This is not in our interests. Oh. How does the Anti-Italian Association feel? They feel pretty okay. They're also not a lobby I need to care about. So this is not in our interests. Kablamzo. Let me see. Oh yeah, nobody's been impacted. I mean, the yeoman farmers have, but they're fine. They're doing just fine. Behind bars, the arrest and alleged ill treatment of a disorderly protester affiliated with the movement to enact interventionism has sparked resentment amongst his compatriots. Further demonstrations have been arranged, urging his release. Prison was a miserable place. Iron bars, stone walls, and cold floors. In the past few weeks, I know how to pronounce the word bars. If you object to my pronunciation of the word bars, come at me in the comments. In the past few weeks, the guards have taken to casually tapping their batons against the bars when they passed by, making sleep impossible. He could not even escape in his dreams, as the tension he felt in the waking world began to bleed into his sleep as well. And all this for pushing a policeman away? He had regretted it at first. Now, though, perhaps he could say that every one of them deserved that and more. This is a very weak movement. Perhaps an early release for good behavior can be encouraged. Reduce movement radicalism, but petite bourgeoisie very upset. Or we will not make any exceptions because of some hooligans. Increase movement radicalism, armed forces happy. I'm going to go with the second one. That seems very good. Yeah, putting 5 radicalism into this movement, not at all a concern at this stage. Especially if it's going to make my armed forces even happier. Oh, well, look at this. Venezuela is requesting a greater degree of autonomy. No! But I shall improve relations. We should be closer related, Venezuela. Closer related, I say. Improving relations with everyone. Still guaranteeing Uluru. And I think that's the right call. Gosh, you're adjacent to a lot of Imperial powers now, though. It's not great, Uluru. Let me see, what's this? Proletarian revolt in Sambas, and Sambas is an Italian puppet. I suppose I could have joined that, but you know, I don't necessarily wish to. In fact, I shall. This thing going on in Messina, aristocratic revolt. Yeah, this doesn't concern America one bit. Thing going on in Awad, I'm not going to join. And this is, we got Prussia versus Mecklenburg-Strelitz. You're trying to get them as a protectorate. Prussia, how many protectorates have you got? A bunch. But are you able to actually turn that into a Germany? I don't think so. This is a military revolt in Selangor. Selangor actually independent? They are. That's a surprise. Let's take a quick look-see at whether or not they would be interested in being part of the United States. No, they would not. I mean, it's not shocking. We're not an international pariah, but we're getting there. Ooh, excellent. Mass immigration from Australia. Wonderful. I think I'm going to wait on this one at least until it bleeds over into the countdown to war, just because this type of thing is the type of thing that tends to send, it tends to precipitate a general European war. And if that's going to happen, I would love to be able to get started with that. And Saxe Coburg Gotha is doing a communism. I would love to be able to get into that, just to, you know, to weaken my enemies. But not yet. We're almost at the end of our construction queue, so let's see what we can build more of. We definitely need more in the electrics industries. Obviously, we can't really... The price of telephones is pretty low, but Britain will purchase telephones. Beautiful. Alright, so that... I'm going to set that to encourage exports. And then we'll throw some more electrics industries in the pot. And by the pot, I mean the construction queue. One of these days, I will increase the production methods of these plantations, but today is not that day. You know, these are still being built up, despite being not that profitable. I should just do it. Ooh, I got recoil mechanisms available for my artillery foundries. That's excellent. I'm going to do that. So, where is electrics? We've got some in Colorado, some in Tennessee. I need to build a power plant in New Jersey, because I gotta get the freaking electrics industries here producing radios, because radios are more expensive than every other form of electric industry output available. In fact, I'm going to produce 5 levels, and then I'm going to produce 5 levels of electrics industries at the same time. I know I said 5, I meant 6, by which I mean I clicked one too many times, and I will never admit my own failure. Never! What are some other things we can do with electricity? I feel like a lot of our northeastern states could use electrification just because they're... Cool. Just because they're very low on population. Revolt in Perak. Very good. Don't want to get involved in that. This is Hesse. This is Hesse. Ignore that as well. I know I just said I wanted to be able to shoot at Europeans, but it turns out I don't. In particular, Connecticut seems to be having a hard time. So what can we do to automate things around here? Alright, that's good. It's at least a start. Do I have any access to automation methods for fishing wharves? No, I do not. I don't get that until refrigeration. Alright. What if I... Huh. It actually did make it... It actually did retain profitability here. Well, maybe I'll work on doing some of that other stuff around here. Glassworks not for a while. Financial districts here are shot. What's going on in Rhode Island? No one wants to be rich in Rhode Island. Shocking. Strange. So I could go to electric logging. That's an interesting notion. Because going to electric logging would increase my wood outputs. How are my wood outputs? They're ridiculous. In fact, no amount of increasing my wood outputs would actually make my wood things more profitable. So I think that's just a swing and a miss. In fact, I'm really experiencing a significant amount of overproduction here. Ooh. Britain will buy all my BAMs. You know you're in a weird place when you're hitting encourage exports on freaking explosives, because that's the thing you need for a bunch of stuff. Sell some tools to Mascara, why don't we? I'm outputting a ton of tools. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, all these... I have to say, I'm unused to this. I'm unused to the late game being a time when I need stuff. Let me just make sure I've got... So we got Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and Texas that we're short on infrastructure here. Missouri, Indiana... Okay, we need ones in Illinois and Texas. Oh, one's building in Texas. What about Illinois? I got one building. Alright. Alright, cool. Should have done it that way. Mass immigration from Bulgaria. That's fun. I think I need to build up coal resources. That's definitely one thing that I want to have more of. And I know just the place. Let's go for 20 levels in West Virginia, because West Virginia has an Appalachian coal field that makes its coal mines super duper effective. How is infrastructure? Let me see. If I'm building 20 levels, that's going to be 40 infrastructure. I'm going to need more infrastructure. Dedicated development plan for West Virginia. Go. Throw these railways in above to make sure they're ready to go when the time comes. And we'll set this thing going a little faster. Britain, you old so-and-so. What are you going after? You're going to conquer Sind. Fair enough. Wow, everything's looking pretty normal in Afghanistan. Gosh, things are looking absolutely regular. Downright regular in Afghanistan. No complaints. It's pretty much the modern border right there. So good at geography. Ooh, Italy is allying with Sind. Well, I guess maybe the Anti-Italian Association would have had cause to be happy if I get pulled into this, which I don't know that I will. Unless they'd be willing to give me something. Hold on. Hold on. British Guyana, that would be nice. British Guatemala. Oh, this. That would be interesting. British Bahamas, British Bermuda, British Malta. They're going to give me Malta. Oh, man. Everyone Maltese, get in the comments. I'm just kidding. I'm not Brennan Lee Mulligan. I don't need... I'm not demanding that everyone come into the comments. Some areas in, I think, India. Wow, there are a lot of places they... British Panama. Oh, man. I could get British Panama out of this. Oh my gosh, I really want British Panama. Because I want to build a canal. I want to build a canal! On the other hand, I could potentially get some chunks of Africa. Congo, South Cameroon, Bangashari. Oh man, the temptation is extreme. You know what, though? I want Panama. Give me Panama. Excellent. So, let's get the lads together. I don't think this is going to be a giant war, so we'll just throw the American Expeditionary Force in over here. I think everything else we can just kind of live with. Do we have any small fronts? We got a small front over here. We'll send the army of the Andes there. Send it over this front instead. And I think we'll actually send the army of the Isthmus there as well. And this is just in case Italy decides to get up to something over there. And I don't get to add a war goal because I haven't been called in as an ally. I've just been called in with a thing. A little favor. A wee request. This is making me worried. So I think... Ooh, gold depleted in Arizona. Gold fields depleted. You know, we can't just let them leave. And you know that that also means... Got it on the second try. So good at things. Time for mines. Let me see. We've definitely got the infrastructural capacity. So that's easiest peasiest. Throw those in the top because I love cash. And I think we need to build up some more infrastructure. Or not infrastructure, ports. Because we're short on convoys. And I don't want to be short on convoys. Being short on convoys is a bad situation. Let's go ahead and build up 10 levels in California. And then 4 levels each in Oregon and Washington. Do I want to move them closer to the top? I don't think I do because I want all these railways to continue to get built. Let me see. Enemy's moving a bunch of units over there. We'll go ahead and raise the conscripts of just the American Expeditionary Force. This is how we wage war. It's good for the economy. And I can afford it. I've got tons of cash. Scads, in fact. In fact, I'm probably still way over my reserve limit. Yeah, I'm at about 150% of my reserve limit right now. So, I can spend as much cash as I like. I can't be ridiculous, buck wild. But I can be a little wild. I'm going to send the Army of Central Africa over here to Australia to lock down that front and just make sure things are good to go over there. We'll see what goes on with these two armies. Again, I think we'll be able to close this out without a problem. I haven't decided to start conscripting everybody because my army can get really extremely large and expensive. And despite what I just said about being able to spend as much money as I wanted, I really can't. Like, I do need to be mindful. I'm only the... Oh, no, I am the largest economy in the world at this point. I've surpassed Great Britain. I'm 25% larger than Great Britain, it seems. And almost twice the size of France. Gosh, that is a stonking thick economy right there. Great Ching. Why are you... They're not embargoing me anymore. I was about to be mad about them embargoing me, but apparently they just stopped. I'm so good at things. Hold on. But excuse me. What is that? France. France. What are you doing? Jimmy? Jimmy. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. First, I got some situations. It's me or them. Harman Europe, leader of the ruling petite bourgeoisie, has had enough of compromising with his coalition partners. He's demanded that either his collaborators follow his orders, or the petite bourgeoisie will never approve of their changes. That's what leaders are for, right? I lead, you follow. Sounds rather simple to me. If they want to lead, they could have been leaders themselves, but I guess no one else thought they could. It's my way or the highway. What a ridiculous thing to say, reduce his popularity and make the petite bourgeoisie salty. Or very well, the petite bourgeoisie shall be the leading forces. Everyone becomes salty, except for the petite bourgeoisie. Everyone in the government. So the armed forces, the yeoman farmers, and the intelligentsia. You know, he's got a lot of popularity. I think I'm willing to be happy with the petite bourgeoisie being just a little bit miffed. What a ridiculous thing to say. So over here we got Spain trying to support a revolt, supporting the government of Bulungan against a revolt. Again, Bulungan is in Southeast in Indonesia here. I'm going to declare neutrality on that. This is something popping off in Greece, a liberal revolt. I can't imagine that involving American interests. We got Abyssinia is a country, I suppose. British Abyssinia is having a revolt. I can be completely neutral in this. And then we have something kicking off in Oman that I think I'll leave open for the moment. And then we'll deal with that at a later point. But it's this that really presents opportunities. France is Somehow reputable doing this? They're trying to steal Kanto, Chubu, Kansai, and Tohoku. What is going on over here? Well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But, spoiler alert, I'm almost definitely going to be getting in on this. I can get war goals or obligations. If I get a war goal, I can get some revoked claims, none of which is particularly useful to me. I can get humiliation, but that would require me to invade France. Or I can get a conquer CB. I've got 93 infamy, and I am trying to get my infamy down. But stealing some French territory is enormously tempting to me. That said, I think obligations are the way to go here. I do want to maintain good terms with Japan. I really want them to be my protectorate. But that's not in the cards yet. So I'm going to get an obligation, because I don't want France to steal all this territory. And right away here, I'm actually going to start conscripting. So, we've already raised conscripts for the American Expeditionary Force. Let's raise the Army of the Americas, the Army of California, the Army of Dixie, and the Army of West Africa. We'll take... So let's pause for a second. Or not pause. We'll unpause for a second. Accept our support. Do we have any borders with France straight out the gate? I think we have one in here. Nope, that's the East Indies. Cool. And this is not... I don't think that's involved. I don't think we're involved in that. So, let's go ahead and throw... I think we'll raise the... we've raised the conscripts of the Army of West Africa. I'm going to station them in Japan. And we'll bring more armies there later. And that'll just help us take some shots at France and just generally make their lives very difficult. They're probably going to come after me in a bunch of different areas, and that's okay. I really hope this doesn't become a forever war. But if it becomes a forever war, that's not the end of the world for me. They're still confident, which surprises me. And things have kicked off over here. So we've conquered most of the territory we wish to conquer at this point. I'm going to move the Army of the Isthmus to Japan and raise conscripts, and I'm going to move the Army of the Andes. No, I'm going to let the Army of the Andes go back home, but I am going to raise conscripts. And now the American Expeditionary Force can go to Japan as well. And that will mean Japan will be thoroughly well defended, and nobody will attempt to steal their lunch money. And by their lunch money, I mean huge swaths of their territory. So, does France actually get... Yes, okay, so now France is infamous. And will continue to be so. I wish I could get infamy back for... reduced infamy for joining... against Wars of Expansion. That would be fun. We got another Hell on Earth event. This one in Guaviare. I'm going to say the perpetrators will pay for their crimes. And now that I've gotten American Panama back, sir, I've got some extra bureaucracy, so it's time to go ahead and start surveying the Panama Canal. That's going to cost 1,000 bureaucracy and last for 2 years. It cost a little bit more bureaucracy than I thought it was gonna, which is a mite curious, but it is what it is. And after that, we'll get to build ourselves a canal, and that'll be fun. That'll be a nice, fun time. We'll have an enjoyable time. Everyone will be happy, and nobody will be very unhappy. Let me see. I think this is going to be done real soon, actually. Do we need to beat back Italy? I don't think we do. I think I can rely on Britain for that work. Don't need to be dealing with this thing in Persia. And no one else is getting involved here. Nicaragua, you would like greater autonomy? No! Autonomy's nuts. New arms. Excuse me, you're trying to liberate what? Liberate New Africa? Oh no. Oh, France. France, 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 France. You absolute nitwits. Alright, I'll raise the frickin' conscripts of the coastal defense divisions. Alright, where are you invading? You're invading DC... France. You nitwits. Put the Army of the Americas over there. You do that. Alright, where can I create a problem? I'm gonna go over here. And I think with the Pacific Fleet... I think the Pacific Fleet's going to do its job and deploy to a sea node in Japan. I think the West African Fleet will help the Pacific Fleet do its job and deploy to a sea node around Japan. And then we'll see what France does. If they naval invade DC, that would be truly astonishing, but I wouldn't put it past them. But I do want them to start losing some battles, so I'm going to contest them on land rather than the sea, because that will give us some... Beautiful. So there's Sind. And now... there's a Sambas. Well, I'm going to trust the British to handle that, because that seems unimportant compared to our situation here. So, how's the battle going? We are winning really, really hard. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, France, you fools. I can't believe you've done this. I can't believe you've done this. I'm actually about to get to the end of my construction queue, and that will be fun. Building up those electrics industries in New Jersey. Oh, actually, I should switch those electrics industries over for producing the radios that I was going to produce. That is the reason that I built them up. Shazam. Oil in Ohio. Very well. Encourage this trend. Oil is the future. Again, we're costing ourselves a significant amount, but on the other hand, like, I think once our construction queue goes out, like, I've got money to spare, and a lot of it. Again, if they keep losing battles over here, this will increase their desire for the war to be done. And it looks like we are winning there again. Commander commends Civic Coalition. Admiral Gardner has made a public statement in support of the Republican Party, bringing into question the political neutrality of the military. Rodolph Gardner, it is my duty to defend the nation and its interests. Politics is as much a part of war and battles as logistics are. And, oh my goodness. Politics is as much a part of war as battles and logistics are. I don't see the problem with doing my duty and doing what I can to make sure those who are best fit to protect the nation end up being the ones in charge. He can say what he wants, extra momentum. Reprimand him, good soldiers don't give orders, they take them. Or, if Gardner likes politics so much he ought to get involved. He becomes the leader of the petite bourgeoisie. Interesting. He's a 60-year-old Afro-American ethno-nationalist. I think we'll stick with President Europe for now. So yeah, let's grab some momentum. So again, the more damage we can deal to France, Japan is going for war reparations, which means I do need to grab some territory, but I can do a lot of damage to them, and I can just kind of wait them out. We got a City of Plenty event in Outer Houseland. That's excellent. The most prominent members of Outer Houseland high society have been seen organizing luxurious parties in the new and lavish urban buildings. Marble walls, shimmering stone, the noise of people coming and going brings the city back to life when we didn't even know it was dead. Tall buildings cover the sunset, kids play with bricks, smoke blends with the clouds, and a distant bell announces the next train. Progress is coming. Once again, I'm going to say the party will never end, because that's what I always do. Alright. So, with that having been said, it is the middle of the year, and I think it is time to put a pin in the episode. I think we're going to finish out the construction queue. We'll wait out France for a bit, as they bash their heads against my massive army and the massive army I've got in Japan, and then we'll naval invade them, and we'll see how that goes. For now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.